Hello, I'm Dr. Michael Ches. I'm a pediatric epileptologist and neurologist in the Sacramento, California region. I was asked by the Lennox-Gastaut Foundation to discuss a drug called Ganaxolone and explain what it is and what it may do to help patients. Ganaxolone is not a new drug. It's been around probably 20 plus years. It's recently been approved under the trade name Ztalmy, and it's produced by Marinus Pharma, which is a pharmaceutical company. I've personally done research with this product and I'm familiar with it. Ztalmy is a medication used to treat seizures in people, FDA-approved product for a cyclin-dependent kinase-like 5 inhibitor, and that deficiency disorder is called CDKL5. That is something that is an inherited genetic rare orphan disease. It can be associated with infantile spasms as well as a Lennox-Gastaut type seizure disorder when the children get older. It's also associated with developmental delay. This product does improve seizure control as well as behavior in these patients. It is approved by the FDA for that use alone. And so therefore it's an orphan disease product. What is ganaxolone exactly? It's a synthetic pregnane steroid, which means it's a neurosteroid that doesn't have the effect of the cortical steroids that you see in the adrenal glands, such as prednisone or similar steroids that cause weight gain and that type of thing. It's also not a steroid like you think of like testosterone, where you can have aggressiveness or other side effects. This is something that doesn't cause any of those other type of steroid side effects, and it modulates things within the nervous system in the brain in a different way. And the way it works is it works on both synaptic and extrasynaptic GABA, which is an inhibitory neurotransmitter, and it works at the GABA A receptor, and it helps normalize overexcited neurons by that mechanism. And ganaxolone can activate the extrasynaptic receptor as an additional mechanism, which postsynaptic effect as opposed to presynaptic effect gives it a broad ability to help stop seizures that have become refractive to typical GABA inhibition. Sometimes when there's status epilepticus, the presynaptic GABA stops responding, but the postsynaptic GABA still does. And so this drug is being studied for status epilepticus as an IV version. Ganaxolone binds to allosteric sites of the GABA receptor. It opens a chloride ion channel, resulting in hyperpolarization, which settles down the neuron from being overexcited. So this causes inhibition of neurotransmission, which then shuts down seizure repetitive firing, which causes the nerve cell to calm down. Now, it's related to something called pregnenolone, which you may have heard of. It's also in the synthetic steps to make estrogen, among other hormones. And pregnenolone is also thought to be neuroprotective. Because pregnenolone may be defective in something called PCDH19, it's thought to be useful there as well as in Fragile X and in UBE3A Engelmann syndrome. Ganaxolone is also being studied in status epilepticus as a high-dose IV infusion. When you take it orally, there's a limit how much can be absorbed through the gut, but IV, you can get much higher levels, which can treat status epilepticus, and that's being studied for FDA approval right now as an emergency rescue medication. And also, it's being studied in other genetic developmental epileptic encephalopathies, or DEE, and also it's being studied in Lennox-Gastaut syndrome in experimental research trials, but it's not yet approved for any of those things officially yet. I hope that answers what your interest in ganaxolone is and what it potentially may play a role in epilepsy syndromes, genetic epilepsies, and perhaps status epilepticus in the future. Because of its use in status epilepticus, it may be useful in certain cases of Lennox-Gastaut. It's also been studied in infantile spasms in the past and may be studied in that again. So it may be a drug you'll hear about in the future. So I hope this introduction to ganaxolone was useful. Thank you for your attention.